Okay, we got an update. I apologize, guys. Nothing is working for Jim. Internet is down, phone not working. He's pissed, said, rain check. Wait a minute. Oh, hey, hang on here. Hang on here. Wait a minute, Z. This is going to work out great. I just got a rain check note, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, one of the greatest NFL players of all time pop up on the program. Folks, without further ado, Jim, you want me to give you a second to sit down? There you go.
I'm sitting.
Hey, dude.
Oh, Lord help me. I can't believe, we tried everything. I have my very good friend, as you well know, Chris McDonald, a.k.a. Shooter McGavin. He's here at my house, and we're trying on his phone. We're trying on my phone, and oh, my God. and I even hustled to get my hurricane stuff on.
Absolutely. Jim, I got it all behind me here, too, man. And by the way, Bernie Kosar yesterday wanted to make sure he sent love to you, man, because, I didn't know. Hey, Jim, you've gone through numerous things. He's going through it. He was in a hospital yesterday, and he did this show yesterday from his hospital bed, and he's going in for, I believe, a liver transplant in a couple days here. So, he wanted to make sure he sent some love out to you.
Well, I didn't even know that because he was supposed to come to my golf tournament, and I was wondering why he didn't show up. And then, of course, I've had 56 people coming, and I totally forgot until I got your message. I'm going to have to reach out to him today and see how he's doing.
Absolutely. So,
Great
Jim,
guy. I love Bernie.
Absolutely. Jim, how's your health doing, brother?
Good. I can't complain. My motto now is I might have lost 4 Super Bowls, but I kicked cancer's butt 4 times. So I pray to the good Lord that I don't have to do 5.
Hey, am I right? I hear you're adding to the family. Is that right here? Is that what we're doing?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, what was it again?
You're adding to the family here, right?
Yes, I am. A month ago, my daughter gave birth to a young man, a little boy named Beau, B-E-A-U, Hunter Bean, B-E-A-N. And unfortunately, he's still in the hospital. He's having some heart issues. So these next couple days, it's going to be huge. He has not been home yet. My daughter and my son-in-law have been up in the hospital for over a month now. They haven't even slept over in their house yet. And unfortunately, my grandson has not left the hospital yet. So the prayers from people, even, hurricane people that have been reaching out to my family and myself, saying how much they're praying for my son. And trust me, Dan, I get it. I know what it's like because when I was laying in my hospital bed, the prayers are what got me through. And if it wasn't for the good Lord having, time for me and to be able to share what I'm going through, to hopefully nobody gives up. That's one thing. My daughter, she is one tough cookie. And the thing is, she was blessed to have a great, great husband, and they're fighting every day of their life. And my little baby grandson, Beau, is fighting for his life. So I appreciate all the prayers for all those people out there listening. Thank you all very much, because we definitely need them.
Boy, I'll tell you what, Jim, we will definitely be praying for this, man, because, again, you've gone through so much. And I would say this to you, too. You've got a wonderful family. You got a beautiful family as well. And how much does that come back to the people of Buffalo, too, that have supported you and your family and supported all the things that you've gone through, especially with what you're dealing with right now? Jim, you talk about fan bases. We're based in Philadelphia. That's another one of those strong fan bases. You're in one of the greatest fan bases of all time, the Buffalo fan base. How much has that meant to you and your family, too, being part of that community?
It's been magnificent. As you already well know, when I got out of Miami, I sure the heck didn't want to be a part of Buffalo Bills. And I wasn't at the beginning. I went to the USFL, as you well know, play for the Gamblers. But one of the best decisions I ever made in my life was becoming a Buffalo Bill. And I'll tell you what, the fan base here is unbelievable. They pitch in, they do whatever they have to help whoever it is. And now that I've been removed from the game and I've been through my battles with cancer, now here they are again, fighting for my family and what we're going through with my grandson. So I've been very blessed. As a matter of fact, as you well know, I've been living here now since 1986, and I enjoy it. And of course, I spend my time. I got my best friend, Jeff Peck, who lives in Coconut Grove, Greg Chappella, who was my roommate, who played linebacker at the U. I go down and visit them all the time. As a matter of fact, I think I haven't called Don Bailey back yet, but I'm still trying to work out everything where I go and be a part of the Notre Dame Miami game at the end of the month. So I'm looking forward to doing that and coming down and, getting together with my best friends and also Rick Remmert, who is a part of Miami, and visiting him and of course the team.
Absolutely, Jim. I mean, you're one of the legendary guys. Bernie was yesterday. I mean, Jim, before we get into the modern day Bills, I mean, what does that mean to you? When you went down there, Howard brings you down there, did you ever think that what you guys were doing was going to be like the centerpiece and the cement of building what became? I mean, we went on to win national championships, but we stand on your shoulders because what you guys did, that program was almost closed up, Jim. I mean, Penn State wanted you to play linebacker. They didn't want you to play quarterback. So you went down and you became a legend down there, and then you left really a legacy down there. You've got to be so proud of being part of the things that built that program where it is now.
Boy, I tell you what, and as I well know, throughout my life, I've been blessed to have great coaching. I mean, my high school football coach, Terry Henry, who I've taken to 32 Super Bowls, my best friend, just passed away just a couple of months ago, and he was my everything. He was the guy that I talked to when I wasn't doing well. He was always there for me. And then, of course, going to Miami and being a part of Howard Schnellenberger's thing, and not knowing back then that we were going to have what they used to call quarterback U. And even now it is with Ward winning, going first pick and everything. So he's brought that back up. Now we got another quarterback. But just to go back a little bit, the people that I surrounded myself with, I wouldn't be where I'm at if I didn't have the players that I had on that football team. And of course, as you well know, you got the Michael Irvins, the Ray Lewis, the Hester, and I can go on and on, all the guys. As a matter of fact, Dan, we just were at the Hall of Fame about a couple weeks ago, and we took a University of Miami, the ones that we could find that were in that huddle, 5 of us. I'll have to send you the picture.
Please.
We took a picture with us, and I think we're like 3rd place now with the most Hall of Fame players in the history of the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
Absolutely. Jim, does Josh Allen ever reach out to you for advice? I mean, of all the guys that you would think would reach out to such a guy that has been there, seen it, gone through all of it, like you said, the ups and downs, the trials and tribulations, do you talk to him a lot?
No, not that much. Early on in the first couple of years, I spent some time with him, but other than that, I don't bother the guy. He has enough people pulling. Plus, he's doing such a great job. He don't need to hear from an old-time quarterback like me. And so, yeah, I mean, I text back and forth in him. I see him, at practice every once in a while, but I don't bother him. I just let him do his thing. I have enough things going on in my life anyway.
Absolutely. Jim, so what do you make of the team this year? I mean, do they have a shot? Do you believe that they have a shot to make it to the Super Bowl this year? I mean, does Allen keep them in that window?
Well, to be honest with you, I thought they've had a shot the last couple of years, but I look at this year's schedule and see how many games and how many tough games they play at home, and most of them are at home. They play, Philadelphia at home. They open up with Baltimore. They play Kansas City at home. They play Cincinnati at home. So most of their tough games are right here. I call it the Ralph. And they play almost all the tough games. And from what I remember, I think I saw a thing saying that the whole season, everybody looked at their favor to win every game. And I don't know of course, I don't think that'll happen because I think, every year you're going to lose 1 or 2, you probably should win. But I think they have the best shot they've ever had. And the key is keeping all the top players healthy, and of course keeping Josh Allen on that field.
Jim, what would a Super Bowl mean to you? I mean, Jim, I say this all the time to folks. When people ask me about Jim Kelly, I say, "Oh, you mean the 4-time AFC Championship quarterback?" And I say that because I played in this league. I know how tough it is to win a game, not just alone the game. I mean, or to get to the game. So for a guy like you, what would a Super Bowl mean to the city of Buffalo and for you personally if they were ever able to close the shop and get that done?
Boy, I'll tell you what, I'd be having a big time party, that's for sure. Oh boy, it would mean everything. I mean, of course, I would rather won one myself, but now that I'm done and removed from here, my two daughters and my son-in-law, my wife, are the biggest Buffalo Bill fans that there is. We will be there. We'll be celebrating, hopefully. But as a former player, I'm not going to go that far. I would love to see it, but I'll celebrate when it happens, and I just keep my fingers crossed and pray that they get, at least get that opportunity to go to California, because now it's the 60th Super Bowl.
Right.
Okay, the Bills were founded in 1960. The Super Bowl is in California, I think Northern California.
Yeah, it's in Santa Clara.
Who's from Northern California? Oh, Josh Allen. Oh, and also Dan, correct me on this if you know this. I've been told this. I don't know if it's true or not, but the logo of the Super Bowl usually has a lot of the colors of the teams that are going to be going to the game. Is that true?
It's red, white, and blue from what I can remember, the NFL logo. So, yes, I do remember it being red, white, and blue there. Yes.
So I mean, these are all going good for us. But you know what? And I was a superstitious quarterback back in the day. I mean, I made sure I put the right thigh pad in before the left thigh pad. Me and Frank Drake went and had our lunch at a certain place every single game after we won. And then, of course, I only would go out on the field with Steve Tasker when we wouldn't have to warm up, and I would not leave the locker room, and the offensive lineman would not allow me to leave the locker room until I was done throwing up. So I went back there plenty of times then and pretended I go, and they thought I was real, because there's some games where I wasn't as excited.
How about this? I had Frank on. I love Frank. We've been friends for like 35, 40 years, and I love him. And he told me a story about you in a milkshake place that they brought down the same table and chairs or something because you were so superstitious that you had to have this particular shake and this particular, you had to sit at the same table, that they actually did it. Was that New Orleans they did that for you?
No, we didn't play New Orleans. Minnesota.
Minnesota.
What we did was we went to, if we would win, we would go wherever we went to lunch, because on Friday, Coach allowed us to go have lunch on our own. So we would go to a place and have lunch. If we won, we'd continue to go there week in and week out. Well, that year when we played Minnesota, we won like 7, 8 games in a row. And so what we would do is go there. I would always have chocolate. Frank would always have vanilla. Shocker. And of course, they sent table, chairs, silverware, napkins. They sent everything to Minnesota because we thought we were, superstitious. It didn't work.
Jim, I get asked this question. We have a couple people that ask this question and want to know from you personally, because this gets thrown around a lot. Would you rather have gone to 4 Super Bowls or have won 1? What would you rather have done?
Well, the bottom line is it would be different if we went to 4 in like 10, 12 years or whatever. But we went 4 in a row. And I would much rather go 4 in a row than only go to 1 Super Bowl. And when I look at it, Warren Moon, one of the greatest quarterbacks to play, never been to a Super Bowl. Eric Dickerson, one of the greatest running backs in the history of the NFL, never been to a Super Bowl. So for me, I was just very blessed that we were able to get back. And you know what, Dan? I think the further we're removed from those games, especially the people that have played competitive sports, they realize what we did will never be done again, and how we were able to come together and be able to do a back-to-back and still not win, but we never, ever gave up. And one of the main reasons, our head coach, Marv Levy, who we just celebrated 100th birthday at the Pro Football Hall of Fame this year.
I saw that there. I have to ask you, because we're based in Philly, what's your takeaway of Jalen Hurts? Jim, before you answer, we get, there's so many people with different things about him. Jim, you were the K-gun, big numbers, everything all in the air, was an air attack, 2903 in passing yards, 18 touchdowns, but they dominated the league. How do you see Jalen Hurts?
I think you're only as good as your defense is. I mean, the good thing about it is he's a great quarterback. Don't get me wrong. He's a great quarterback. He might not be a Josh Allen, but I'll tell you what, I would love, if I was an offensive lineman or running back or wide receiver, I would be blessed to have Jalen Hurts as my quarterback. So I think he does a heck of a job. He's a good leader from what I hear. He's not a big rah-rah type of guy, does a lot of talking, but I met him back when we both received an award when he was coming out of college, and class act from start to finish. And I really haven't spent much time talking to him since then, but he's earned every right to be mentioned as one of the top quarterbacks in the NFL.
Jim, what do you think is your greatest accomplishment in the NFL? What would be that greatest accomplishment that you would outside of your family and in the NFL? What would be that moment for you that you would pin, that you always look back on and go, yeah, that right there for me is the greatest moment?
You know what, Dan? A lot of people say, what was your favorite moment when you played in the NFL? And you said not family. And I can't do without saying that, because what happened was my dad always wanted me to play in the NFL if I ever got that opportunity. And I was very blessed because I was one of those people, I was in my backyard, going up and down the field saying, 2 minutes to go in the Super Bowl. And I would do that with my brothers and my buddies, and we'd be in my backyard playing tackle the man with the ball. And I'd put number 12 on my jersey, and I pretended like I was Terry Bradshaw going down the field. But to be honest with you, it was my first NFL start. We played against the New York Jets back when it was the New York Sack Exchange. And we played at Buffalo. And when I ran out onto that football field and I looked up into the stands and I saw my mom, my dad, my 5 brothers, and I said, you know what? I'm doing it for them. Now it's time for mom and dad to kick back, relax, enjoy life the way you're supposed to. I grew up in a family, we didn't have anything. And I was blessed to have 5 brothers that were never jealous of me. They helped me achieve my ultimate goal, and that was to play in the NFL and take care of mom and dad. So for me, it was all about that. And that, for me personally, that was the best thing that I could ever think about.
Couple last questions for Jim Kelly here. And Jim, first off, I have a story that Kevin Fagan told me about you. Okay. Now
I'm listening.
Okay. Now you tell me that this is kind of myth, that you blew your shoulder out because you were in the back of a truck and you threw something at a Gator fan or something like that. You were like, am I wrong, or am I getting the story wrong here?
You're getting the story wrong. Okay, here's the story. The story was I blew my shoulder out my senior year in college when I was up for the Heisman Trophy against Virginia Tech. I come home, they do surgery on my shoulder, and the doctor says, I hope you studied. I go, why is that? He said, because we had to insert 3 metal rods in your right arm. You may never get the range of motion back. Well, I was dating a girl that went to school at Florida State. So we went up to Florida State, not the Gators. Okay. We went up there. Me and my college roommate, Mark Rush, went up there, and we were visiting them. And as a matter of fact, we were in the back seat of a pickup truck riding to the game. And they had a bunch of apples in the truck. Well, we were going, of course, we had our own hats on and everything. And we're going there, people were talking crap, and I usually said it in different words, but we're talking crap, and I picked up an apple, my mind says, throw an apple at him, and I did. I go, I put myself back probably about 3 weeks to a month, but you know what? I hit my target.
Jim, I've never asked you this question here. I mean, you chose to go to the USFL. Was it really based on just not wanting to go to Buffalo, or was it that you really wanted to be? Now, look, people forget the USFL stuff back in the day. Legendary players were in that league at that time. I mean, great football. Ken Hall, that you played with, was in that league too. You had a bunch of superstar. Herschel was in that.
Reggie White.
And all great players. Why was it really just not wanting to play in Buffalo while you went there, or did you really want to experience that?
Well, I did not want to play in Buffalo, but I thought that was the only opportunity. And of course, we used who had my rights was the Houston Gamblers. We used that as more of a piece to try to get as much money as we can. Well, what happened was Bruce Allen called the Buffalo Bills office, and he said he needed to speak to my agents. Are they still there? And a secretary interrupted our meeting when I was almost ready to sign the contract. We were almost ready to agree. And he said, Mr. I think it was Mr. Fagan or somebody, you are wanted on the phone. So he leaves and he's talking to Bruce Allen, and Bruce Allen said, hold on a second. What offer are they giving you? And he threw a number. He said, oh, don't sign that. He said, we got him an offer he can never refuse. We'll give him X amount of money. He can pick whatever team he wants. He can play for anybody in the USFL. Don't sign that contract now. My agent walked back into me and said, hey, guys, we have to postpone this meeting. From that point on, there he was. I wound up signing with the USFL. And tell you what, it was a great place where I learned how to learn the passing game with my coach was Mouse Davis, who did the run and shoot. And I was very blessed that, I was able to go there because Buffalo, those 2 years that I was in USFL, they were not very good. They were like back-to-back 2-14 seasons. So it was a blessing for me.
Jim, what was it like to be part of that 83 draft where, it's the most legendary draft, not just for the quarterbacks. Eric Dickerson's in that draft.
Yeah.
The last player in the draft was a legendary Hall of Fame defensive back, and Darryl Green. Everybody was in that draft. It's considered the greatest draft in pro football history. That's got to be also something that you're very proud of, being part of that group with Eric Dickerson and them guys.
It was me. Darryl Green, Jimbo Covert. Yeah, you're right. Darryl Talley, who played for the Bills for many years. But that class that we had, as a matter of fact, while you bring that up, I just got a text message from Ken O'Brien, who I have not talked to in years. Text me and said he's praying for my grandson, which I'm like, wow. I haven't heard from Ken in many, many years. But me and Marino still in LA, we all still stay pretty close. But to have that, and as a matter of fact, when I travel the country speaking, that was one of my trivia questions is, named the first and last quarterback taken in the 1983 draft. Not many people get to name John Elway, but they can't name Dan Marino because they figured he was like second or third quarterback taken, but he was the last quarterback taken in that draft. So that in itself is pretty cool. And of course, Dan and I go back a long way now, and we stay best friends.
Absolutely. I'll tell you what, man, we really appreciate you taking time out of your day. I know you've got a lot on your mind. You've always been kind to me. We're Hurricane Brothers for life. You really set our program up, man. Having you and then Bernie yesterday, two legendary guys that helped our program get to where we were, what I wanted to do in my life. I lost one game at Miami, and I tell everybody, let me tell you something, Jim Kelly, and I have a picture that my friend that Vinny Testaverde gave me.
Oh, yeah.
It was you, it was Bernie, it was Vinny, it was another guy named Vanderwait. Am I right?
Yeah, Vanderjack.
Vanderjack.
No,
right?
Man, Kyle Vanderwin.
Yeah, and Mark Rick was part of that too, right?
Yes, he was.
The former head coach of Georgia and the former Canes head coach. And I said, that's when we were quarterback you, man. We had guys like that where we never had to worry about any of that. Jim, I hope to catch you down there and at the end of the month because Mario asked me to come down too. So I'm thinking of coming down there as well. And I can't wait to press the palms. By the way, our friend Tony Brown, that's one of Tony used to talk about you all the time. So, Jim, God bless your grandkid. We're all going to be praying for you and your family. And make sure we're going to tell your daughter that we're praying for her too as well and her husband. Thank you so much, brother. I love you to death.
I appreciate that. And hey, and my daughter and them, once they get out of the hospital and everything, they have a great podcast, Immeasurably More. It's unbelievable. And they've done it for many, many, I should say probably over a year now. And it's awesome. So Immeasurably More with my daughter, Erin, and Jill. And it'll be interesting to see the conversation they have in the next 6 months when my son, Bo, is getting bigger and stronger.
Absolutely. We can't wait to see that. Maybe he'll be playing quarterback for the Canes and also the Buffalo Bills. I can't wait. Thank you so much, my friend. Jim, I appreciate you more than you know. Thank you, my friend.
You got it, bud. Take care. God bless you, bud.
You bet, man. Jim Kelly, the legendary Jim Kelly, made it happen for us. I got a message here from Xander going like this, that Jim's not going to be able to make it happen. And then all of a sudden, there he is. He pops up with us here, man. That was really awesome. And we so appreciate you guys here, man. That's really great. All right, I want to pay some bills because at the bottom of the hour, Howard Eskin's going to join us. And we will talk with him absolutely great. My great friends at Morgan & Morgan. Folks, they are the #1 injury law firm in all of America, okay? And they are #1 for a reason, because they win cases. If you're ever injured, do me a favor. Make sure you check out our friends at Morgan & Morgan. Thousands of attorneys from coast to coast make it happen. And get this, you know why they're #1? Because they win. And get this, they do not get paid unless you win. That's why Morgan & Morgan is the #1 injury law firm in all of America. Check them out at forthepeople.com/big sales or pound law 529. That's forthepeople.com/big sales or pound law 529. And do me a favor, you tell them Big Sales sent you.